Hello, I'm Will Johnson and I'm the docent for this group. Welcome to our eugenics exhibit. Eugenics is a largely unspoken portion of not just World War II history, but also the history of the world. It is often considered a difficult topic to tackle, so we did our best to tailor it for a general audience. Eugenics, in short, is the idea that desired traits and characteristics can be achieved in children by selectively marrying and reproducing within a population. Unfortunately, many took this to the extreme, and it led to forced sterilizations, discrimination, and horrible experiments that left its mark on humanity for centuries. Luckily, most people now realize that the idea is archaic, and in most cases incredibly gruesome. However, that should not let us ignore the fact that it still occurred. Eugenics began as a sort of evolution from social Darwinism, no pun intended. Though the ideas of it actually originated from Plato, the term eugenics was coined by Francis Galton. His ideas led to a movement in the United States resulting in sterilization, marriage laws, and other federal actions, but it also spread to other places throughout the world. On this website, you will be able to find many different aspects of eugenics, ranging from development and use to short-term and long-term effects, mainly within the context of World War II. The first page of the exhibit highlights the development of eugenics and primarily explores its beginnings in America. Here you can discover how eugenics was popularized in state fairs, or how families were studying the movement to see how genetics supposedly influenced their crime rates. Many people who know of eugenics may not at first realize that the movement originated in the United States, and the ideas were merely adopted by Nazi Germany. As eugenics was popularized in magazines, books, and posters and other medias in America, it would later appear in propaganda posters and silent films in Germany. With that, we'll move on to the next page. Uses. As mentioned before, the thought behind eugenics was to remove unwanted characteristics from the gene pool. In order to do this, some groups enforcing the movement removed the people with those genes from the population entirely. In Nazi Germany, this was in some measure the reasoning behind the Holocaust. Jews at the time were seen as inferior and the causes of Germany's humiliating loss in World War I. Additionally, people with disabilities and homosexuals were seen as a threat to the prosperity of Germany. In this tab of the webpage, you will be able to see two artifacts that attempt to highlight both the German and Jewish viewpoints on this topic. Immediate impacts are below the next tab. The artifacts in this section explicitly focus on the Holocaust and the studies going on at the time, and how these things affected those that were involved. This page touches on millions of lives that were lost in the concentration camps in Nazi Germany, as well as those who were affected by experiments, sterilizations, and other horrors of the movement. The last page, Long-Term Impacts, shows how traces of eugenics can still be seen in society today. Though many laws influenced by eugenics have since been withdrawn, some of their effects still live on. People still believe that undesirable traits can still be removed from the gene pool, though in some cases it has been adapted to base itself on more concrete genetic studies. Other cases show that some societies repeat history and still use more violent methods. Our artifacts, on display in the Long-Term Impacts tab, will show the range between the most violent of modern eugenics ideas to what people still see as a possible future for eugenics. Please feel free to take your time looking through our gathered artifacts. Additionally, we are providing an exhibit which we call the Propaganda Archive, which includes not only Nazi posters but also American magazines and pamphlets. It is located on the home page if you are interested in viewing them. Thank you for visiting our exhibit to learn more about this challenging yet interesting topic.